Hello and welcome to the historic Formula Ford 1600 Championship race. The 12th round of the championship here at the Gold Cup at Oulton Park. And what a race we have in prospect. 31 cars expected to take to the grid around this tight and twisty Oulton Park circuit. On the pole position is John Murphy, only his second meeting of the season. Good qualifying from him, and you can see it's going to be damp out there as well, wet this morning in qualifying. Alongside him will be Ben Sims, number 2 Ben Sims, looking to take the championship this weekend. Second right, that'd be Callum Grant. You see on board with him at the moment. He won in our last coverage. That came from Croft. Alongside him will be a Mallock Mark 9. We don't see this in the championship very often. Michael Mallock returns to the series. You can see the grid on your screen now. So Mallock starting on the second row of the grid. The third row, Stuart Baird and Robert Wainwright. For row 4, we have Alistair Littlewood and Max Bartell. Row 5, James Buckton and Perty Kaviri. On row 6, Brian Morris and Stuart Dix. On row 7, Roland Svensson and Alex Meek. Row 8, Kevin Stanzel and Greg Thornton. Thornton, we believe, has been lent Rachel Arnold's car. Anyway, race will shortly be getting underway as the cars head onto the grid. On board with your poleman John Murphy as the red lights go out. It's a better start from the championship leader Ben Sims. So Sims nosing ahead as we head into Oulton for the first time. Is he looking for the wet line there? It's Sims. Yes, he's got the lead. So the Jomo leads then as we head down towards Cascades. And Callum Grant there sits in third. Then the Mallock of Michael Mallock sits in fourth position as they turn their way then onto the Grand Prix section of the Oulton Park circuit. On board with Stuart Baird. The car loops round there on the exit of Cascades. He will rejoin, but much further down the field. You can see the car squirming for grip on the wet grass, and another car has shot off the circuit. That could well have been John Slack. Possibly him. On board with Danny Stanzel, passing the recovering. And round the outside of 3 cars into Island Corner goes Danny Stanzel. That's a pretty impressive move. Who's going round the outside of the recovering Stuart Baird. He also passed Andrew Wiggins, I noticed. On board with Callum Grant. Have we had a change to the lead possibly? Is that Murphy in front? Yes it is, but Ben Sims attacking round the outside onto the Britain chicane. Oh, and getting squeezed wide there with Sims. He was on the grass slightly. Grant comes round the outside of him. So Callum Grant the second. It's John Murphy though that leads. They head down towards the Knickerbrook chicane. The battle is on for second. It's Michael Mallock trying to come round the outside of Ben Sims for third. Let's look a bit further down in the field. What can we see going on here? Plenty of battles as you'd expect on the first lap of the race. On board with Roland Svensson is that Perty Kaviri going for a spin in front of him. Who did he take to the grass there? I think that was Stuart Dix. So Kaviri stuck in the middle of the road. Danny Stanzel takes to the runoff area as everybody else squeezes their way through the chicane. Svensson will get going, but right at the back of the field. Grant back onto terms with John Murphy then. Drivers learning the conditions. It's very slippery out there. Now onto the gearbox of Murphy. It's Callum Grant as we head down towards Lodge Corner under the bridge. Murphy defends immediately, so Grant's gonna have to go the long way round, but he's later on the brakes. He may find more grip around the outside. Let's see, possibly, but no, Murphy chops the nose off of the Merlin of Grant. So it is John Murphy that leads as they come down across the line to start lap 2 and head into Oulton Corner. And once again John Murphy defends the inside line. Grant thinking about a move there, but decided against it. But he gets a good run off Oulton. So they're going to be side by side onto Cascades once again. And he's nosing in front of Murphy is Grant, but Murphy's on the inside line. So turn onto the Grand Prix section of the international part of the circuit. and side by side just behind the leaders as well. On board with Alex Meek. Oh, he has a big slide. Oh, a tank slapper that turned into. He held that nicely though, did Meek. He's had a few close calls this season. That almost ended up being another one. So the cars flow their way around the picturesque Oulton Park circuit. Back on board for your race leader, that's John Murphy. You can see a racing line starting to develop with the being wet offline, slightly drier on the racing line. So of course that was the line that Murphy used. Down into the Knickerbrook chicane. It's the outside that Callan Grant looks to. He can't find a way through though. Oh, he slides his way. As Murphy clipped the curb but chucked the car sideways. He's got 4 for the lead because Sims and Malik on the back of it. Then Rob Wainwright there sitting in 5th position. The rain starting to fall again at Oulton Park. You can see as Danny Stanzel goes up on the inside but doesn't quite make it through on Cliff Gray in the Lotus. So they exit the Britain chicane and head over the hill down towards Knickerbrook. That's where Roland Svensson is. Just followed Stuart Dixon. Svensson run a bit wider. Then we've got Alex Meek next through, just ahead of Kevin Stanzel. Looking out for the battle. Well, there's Stuart Baird working his way through. Oh, with a half spin from Cliff Gray. I mean, yes, he sort of goes all the way round and is onto the grass. So Danny Stanzel doesn't take that position. Cliff Gray made it rather much more easier for him than what he may have expected. But Gray rejoins, so he continues the race. On board with Ben Sims then. Good result here from Sims. Will see him take the 2014 championship, and certainly he has deserved it. He's been the driver, the class of the field has Ben Sims. And he goes for second around the outside of Grant. Is he going to find the grip out there? Let's see. Yes, he does. Sims goes second. 2 former champions, Ben Sims and Callan Grant. Sims hasn't won the championship for a few years. This year has certainly been his year though. He's going for the lead now. John Murphy is the driver that leads, but Ben Sims is all over the back of him as they head on to Cascades for what is a 3rd lap of the race, I think. So time for the corner. Sims doesn't mind the car going sideways, so I'm sure we'll expect to see him do that as the race goes on. So leaders through. There's Rob Wainwright in 5th position. Danny Stanzel heading through Old Hall. Gets the power on nicely and continues on his way. Got pole position in the novice class, did Stanzel. Oh, big slide in front of him. Who was that? Let's take a look. Could have been Kaviri, Perty Kaviri, who's recovering from his first lap off. On board of Stuart Baird, another person who had an off on the first lap. Looking to the inside of Andrew Wiggins, who starts to squeeze him there. But this time Baird up on the inside there, giving him room was Wiggins as they turned into the corner. So move done by Baird. Back at the chicane, there's Buckton, and he trying to work out who that was behind him, clambering all over the curbs. Then we got Bartel just ahead. Who was Bartel was just ahead of Brian Morris, that was. So the rest of the field flow their way through the Knickerbrook chicane then. On board now with Dick Dixon, who makes his way through the Knickerbrook chicane. The Britain chicane, that is. The first of the 2 chicanes here on the longest of the Oulton Park circuits, the international circuit. Now, Dixon there waving through James Lovett, although he fights him back on the outside line here. Outbrakes himself slightly perhaps there, so Lovett does go through there. Got a few cars behind him. We're on board with John Slack then, as he exits the Knickerbock chicane. A good crowd here for the Girls' Cup as Slack rotates on the exit of the chicane. Refires the car, and that he will rejoin. Said Sims was going for the lead. Well, here we go then, side by side down to Lodge Corner. He's getting up alongside John Murphy, who brakes later, but is he going to outbrake himself? Yes, he does. Is Murphy going to make it round the corner just about, or is that actually where the grip is? Yes, it is. A great run out the corner from John Murphy. He continues to lead. Ben Sims was slower on the inside line, so that means Callum Grant's going to have a run at him round the down towards Old Hall. Then Sims and Ben's on the inside line. Grant goes to the outside, can't make it through though. Sims slides out wide, so Grant tries to cut back, heading down towards the Cascades complex of the circuit. Can't do it though. Still, Murphy still leads from Sims, from Grant and Mallock. The top four then heading their way round the circuit together. Sims looking for grip round the outside there. And gets it. Look at the run he's had off the corner. So heading down towards Island Bend, the fast left-hander. Is he going to have a look to try and find a way past Murphy? Yes, he darts to the inside. Is Murphy seen him? Not too sure. Either way, they stay in the same order. Sims right on the gearbox, going sideways through the fast left-hander. Now the Shell Oils hairpin, the right-hander, the backed corner. Sims goes round the outside, but again he can't find a way through. He slides his way off of the corner. He continues to run in second position then. And again, he goes to the inside, this time for the Britain chicane, and this time, oh, it's a bit tight into the chicane. He hops over the curbs, as does John Murphy, who continues to still lead as they head now back over hilltop and down towards the Knickerbock chicane. Murphy defending hard here, then chucks the car to the middle of the corner, the middle of the circuit, sorry, it means he probably won't be able to find a way through into the Knickerbock chicane. Ben Sims still trying to do so, but can't find a way through. So the top four head out of the chicane in the same order still. Excellent racing from the historic Formula 4 Championship. Stuart Baird then out of Lodge Corner, trying to gain another position. And he's up on the inside of Greg Thornton, heading into Old Hall. Thornton continuing, trying to come around the outside. I think Thornton may have lost it there. He got very sideways. Baird's ended up out wide on the AstroTurf as well. And Thornton didn't lose it, did he? He's come back through. So Thornton back up on the inside of Baird, heading down towards Cascade. Thornton carrying a lot of speed through the corner. He's actually made it through the corner as well. And actually managed to gap Baird slightly, but he hasn't had the best of the exits to the corner. So heading down towards Island Bend, Stuart Baird's got a good run on him, but not close enough to have a move here. We gets a bit twitchy through the corner. Onto Shell Oils. And down towards the Britain chicane, and Perty Gaviri, somebody else who's recovering, goes through ahead of Baird and clobbers the curb, both parts of the Britain chicane. And now he's going to have a look on Greg Thornton, there's another car in that battle. Is Andrew Mansell, I think, just in front of those three. And Gaviri has made it through. He's got ahead of Thornton, who has a bit of a slide there in the middle of the chicane. Oh, Baird gets sideways, holds it all together. They put the power on then, going up Clay Hill towards the fast joint section. Baird, two wheels on the grass, goes in front of Thornton. He had a great run there, out of the Knickerbock chicane, and makes it through. Side by side action into the chicane. That's Dick Dixon gaining a position. So makes it through nicely there. On board with Danny Stanzel, who's had a spinner. That looks like Andrew Wiggins to me. So Stanzel slots his way up on the inside there. Changes up a gear, up over Clay Hill and heading towards Druids. Completely different type of Druids to what it is at Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch is a slow hairpin, whereas the Druids here at Oulton Park are very fast double right-hander. On board with Alex Meek, heading through Lodge then, and is that the rain starting to hammer down now at Oulton Park? That could change the way this race runs as we hit the second half of this race now into Old Hall. You see, battles all the way through the field as Kaviri darts up on the inside through the corner. It's actually held up Meek quite badly there, and that's also allowed Stuart Baird. So 2 recovery drivers make their way through, and they will continue to do so as the race continues, providing they don't make any more mistakes, of course. Looking back from Meek now, that's Kevin Stanzel behind us. As we head through Shell Oils. Put the power on. Now Grant. What's going on up front then? We've missed the last lap or so of the front runners. Well, it's the same order. Oh, Grant loses it. Callum Grant spins. You don't see that too often. Callum Grant will recover. Perhaps pushing a fraction too hard to get back onto terms with the top 2. Callum Grant chucks away his podium position, gets back going. I think he's recovered in 4th position. So, Callum Grant then a spin at the Nickelbrook chicane. Straight back on it though. Not wasting any more time. To be honest, for a spin, he didn't lose too much time there, did Callum Grant. Down towards Lodge then, and there is Grant after his spin. Gets the power on, over the hill he goes. Complete another lap, and now let's go on board with Ben Sims, who's still trying to find a way past John Murphy. He's been doing this for a little while now. You can see visibility not the best, but here comes Sims. Up alongside Murphy, he's going to go round the outside. Oh, he gets it sideways. He's gone off now. The 2 former champions in this race have both fallen off the circuit, and Sims spins as well. And Callum Grant will gain a position there. He's back onto the podium. Well, that's a turn up from the books. This last lap, both Ben Sims and Callum Grant have spun out. Yellow flags. John Murphy acknowledges this, and we've got a car in the wall there. Got a bit of driving from John Murphy acknowledging that one. Into the Breton chicane, back on board of Alex Meek, who's being chased down by Kevin Stanzel still. They put the power on, up over Hilltop, and down towards the Nickelbrook chicane, where we did have yellow flags. They're side by side. They're about 3 wide in the background almost. Let's have a look then. Oh, Kaviri up on the inside there under double waved yellows. The clerk of the course maybe wanted to have a quick word with him after that at the end of the race. So up over Clay Hill, on board with Stuart Baird we are, and this is one huge titanic battle. We're on board with Alex Meek, who's going up on the inside of Michael Wales. Gets it done, but yeah, you've got loads of cars in this battle. You can see there's about 3 or 4 in front of Meek and about 3 or 4 behind him. Here comes Kevin Stanzel round the outside of the Oulton. Percy Kaviri dives up the inside and gets the place done. Great battle this is. Formula Ford 1600 racing at its best. And now Kaviri coming past Meek. Baird trying to come past Stanzel. Great racing. Meek's done by Kaviri, but Baird couldn't get past Stanzel, but does now into Island. Island a much slower corner in these conditions than it would be in the dry. And now, Baird not wasting any time, goes up on the inside of Meek and gets that one done. Just something quick to mention, we were supposed to have Chris Sharples in this race. He broke his arm when loading the car onto the trailer, so best wishes to Chris, to speedy recovery. And back to this battle. Fascinating stuff. Over Hilltop once more. Let's ride on board with Stuart Baird. Let's hope the yellows have gone in down the bottom here now. Let's take a look. Yes, I can't see any yellow flags. No yellows. So racing continues down at the Knickerbrook chicane. I think that could well be Nick Arden who went off down there. We have lost him from the race. I said 31 cars in the race. Well, 31 cars qualified. We had 32 starters. That was good to see. Getting towards the end of this one now. Great race. One of the many good races we've had this season. The double header at Snefton being one of my favourites. Spared up on the inside of Kaviri then, heading into Lodge. Gets that done. Board with me, who's still got Stanzel behind him, then Andrew Mansell in that as well. Up over the hill they come, over the rise. Meet defend. Stanzel goes to the outside. Onto the brakes. Meek stays in front. Oh, he runs over the curb maybe a bit too much. Here comes Kevin Stanzel round the outside into Cascades. Can he get this one done? Yes, he does. On board of Andrew Mansell we are. I think I may have misinformed when I was using this cam before, saying that was Alex Meek. This is Andrew Mansell we're on board with, and there he is challenging Meek around that's the inside line, then into the island left-hander, and he gets it done. Good move from Mansell. Here's John Murphy, he's race leader I think still, as he heads into Druids. His avoided spinning unlike Grant and Sims. Murphy defending though into Lodge. Does that suggest Michael Mallock is on his tail? In Mallock's debut in the 2014 season. He's far from a novice driver though, is Michael Mallock. Sports car racer. Single seater racer of past as well. Of course, coming out of the Mallock family is Michael. Callum Grant, well, he's in a bit of lappery. He is running in 3rd position. He's trying to chase down the top 2. Sims, here we go then. Sims, is he on the tail of Grant? Yes, by the looks of things, he is. A battle on for 3rd. Now you can see where these two span, they only lost a position or so. Stuart Baird and Perseverance been on the first lap. You lose pretty much every position in the race, and that makes your race a lot harder work. Obviously, best not to spin at all. Dick Dixon then heading down towards Lodge Corner. He's in a good battle as well. He's got a trio of cars just in front of him, like David Innes directly in front. Once again showing the quality of the historic Formula Ford 1600 Championship throughout the field. Battles all the way down, no matter what your pace is. Into Oulton, we've got a spinner. That's like James Lovett, and it looks like he's going to end up in the tyre wall. Murphy into that corner then. Puts his hand up. Is he acknowledging the yellows again? Yes, he is, because James Lovett there in the barriers. Lots and lots and lots of traffic to deal with as we come into the closing stages. Murphy squeezes up on the inside, gets the big twitch. That was Roger Arnold he was going ahead of. Down towards Island Bend now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars to lap. This is going to be a busy end to this one. Up on the inside of 76 there is Gary McVeigh. 11 Roy Schwarg as well. And who else is in there? Oh, here comes a great move from Michael Mallock. He squeezed between Murphy and the back markers. This is perhaps his sports car racing experience coming to its own. Lots and lots of lapping obviously to do in sports car racing, and Michael Mallock has just done that to take the race lead. So Mallock leads on, I think he has taken that lead on the final lap of the race. They just go past Dick Diggs, and I don't think there's any more time to think in this 20, any more laps to finish in after this in this 20 minutes encounter then. Down towards the Knickerbocker chicane, Mallock dives up on the inside. He gets ahead of David Innes. He couldn't get past, I think it's Andrew Wiggins in front, and Murphy has a big slide. And so does Mallock on the exit of the chicane, and so again does Murphy. Michael Mallock, waving there is John Murphy. I don't know if David Innes realised it's a lapped cut. He's being lapped by race leader, who now dives up on the inside and gets both of them. But it looks like Michael Mallock, in his first race in the 2014 season in the historic Formula Fords, he is going to win. He's just been sitting there waiting, hasn't he, Michael Mallock? Waiting for an opportunity, and he took it there really very well. So Michael Mallock comes over the hill, and he's going to win the 12th round of the historic Formula Ford 1600 Championship here at Oulton Park. John Murphy probably a bit gutted with that, but he still takes a fantastic second position. Battle on for third though. That's just Callum Grant coming through the traffic. Or has he? Yes, he's got Ben Sims right behind him. Heading down towards Lodge Corner. Can Grant hold on to take third? Fourth position though will be enough for Ben Sims to be crowned the 2014 historic Formula Ford champion. His car has gone up for sale. I think it's been sold as well with a Jomo. But Sims is the champion of 2014, and very much it is deserved. And there is sure as though in the fifth was Wainwright. But look, they've top four, 25 seconds nearly ahead of the rest of the field then. Buckton got sixth, had Littlewood, Bartel, Brian Morris and Roden Svensson completed top 10. Stuart Baird recovered to 11th, Kaviri in 13th. There is confirmation of Ben Sims being the 2014 champion. Look at that lead he has over Max Bartel. Michael O'Brien, who's now moved on to the GP Championship, is in third.